In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna make you a Facebook ads god. I'm gonna condense down over 7 years and tens of millions of dollars in ad spend and close to $100 million in revenue generated from Facebook ads in the next 10 minutes into just 7 points that you need to master in order to be a god when it comes to Facebook ads and generate ROASs like you wouldn't believe. Results like this, where we were able to spend $7,700, generate $56,000 at a 7.27 ROAS, or results like this, where in the last 26 days, we were able to generate $43,000 at a 17x ROI, $10,000 at a 4.26, and $41,000 at an 8.51. Or like this, where we've spent over $94,000 in the last 28 days, generating over 58,000 new leads and $46,000 in direct revenue for the software company at an extremely profitable LTV. So point number one when it comes to becoming a Facebook ads god is it's all about the angle. Now, angle is pretty complex and kind of can be really broken down into these complicated things like understanding your market persona, your market desire, your awareness, sophistication, and what mechanism you're using. But really, it all boils down to usually there's one really specific reason that people buy from you. Okay, and Facebook ads is ultimately about putting an offer and an advertisement in front of somebody that ultimately wants your product because it solves a particular problem for them. So that's really all an angle is. And when you're first starting out in Facebook ads, you need to obsess over understanding what is the main problem that your product solves so that you can pull that out into a unique angle, and then with that core angle can present that product in multiple different ways in an advertisement. So focus on the main problem that your product solves, and you're going to be a step ahead of every other advertiser out there. And you'd rather be known for one specific problem that you solve better than anyone else than 2 to 3 things that you do mediocre. Now, next is research. And look, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, okay? When running Facebook ads, what we always do is we look at the direct competitors of the brand that we're looking at, and we look at what are their best ads. What are the ads that have been running for the longest time? So to do research on your competitors, you can use something free like Facebook Ads Library and just search for them. So whether that's Nike that you want to look at or a smaller brand like Alpha Elite maybe, right? You can easily search for them, find all their ads that they're currently running, and you can pull out the best ones that you want to take inspiration from. Or you can use a more advanced tool like Winning Hunter, and you can actually do the same thing, finding those products, and you can actually see a little bit more data around how much they're spending on those ads to see winners more clearly. Now, third is you don't want to reinvent the wheel when designing your ads either. That's why I recommend Creative OS, which essentially gives you static ad templates that you can use to create your ads in record time in Canva. So super simple tool. It's going to give you a bunch of templates like this that you can go ahead and export right to Canva, replace them with your product image, and set you up to run better ads right from the jump, saving you time and setting you up for success much faster. Now, to kind of piggyback off of that, if you are not sure what is the number one angle that's going to resonate with your audience the most, or even who the persona is that you want to resonate with the most, or that's going to buy your product the most, the best way to test those different angles out is to use static ads, because you can create them extremely quickly, and all you need to do is just swap the headline and swap the copy to change the actual angle to see which one is ultimately getting you the best results. Now, fourth, before you move into video ads, that's why you want to test your static ads, because video ads are inherently more expensive and harder to generate and harder to get right. So you can use static ads to get a good benchmark and baseline for what's working, what's generating your results. Once you have some success, you can then take those insights and generate video ads. Now, before you invest into an expensive professional creator or influencer, what you can do now is use AI influencers and UGC ads to generate real video ads that look extremely real at a fraction of the cost. And so I have another video on the channel explaining how to create AI viral UGC ads. You can check the link in the description to sign up for ARC ads, and you can also see that video on my channel. I'll try to leave a link somewhere in this video to check out that video. Now, next is there's no reason to be writing the copy entirely yourself. That's the primary text, the headline, the descriptions. Use AI to write all the copy and save yourself hours and hours by generating you all of the ad copy that you're going to need for the next year in bulk, all in one go. And you can also generate scripts that your AI UGC actors can use all in ChatGPT. So you want to be leveraging this. You need to know how to properly prompt it though. So join my free school community below, and I upload everything as far as prompts go that I use to generate me ad copy as well as viral UGC scripts. All right, and 6 is campaign structure for testing your actual ads. What you're going to want to do is once you have your angle, your kind of ideal audience persona figured out, and you have your ad copy and your creative, you're going to be creating one manual sales campaign using Advantage campaign budget, and you're going to be creating your ad sets using broad and interest targeting with flexible creative. So you just have one ad and you're uploading all of your assets into there that have the similar or same angles to split test very fast and efficiently using Facebook's AI, so you're not in the ad account too much for too long. So what that looks like is when you're creating your ad angle, again, you want to find that one ad angle that really works. And if you don't know what that is, that's fine. That's what we're testing for. So we have video ads. You're going to have 3 different videos. And the same way that you can use is taking those videos, because they're usually timely and expensive to make, is what you can do is take the same video and just change the visual hook. So just add in some different B-roll or a different kind of hook at the start to ultimately test new ideas. Another variation of that is do a new script hook, but have the same visual and the same body. So you're essentially taking one video and you can get a lot of different variations out of it by just changing that first 5 seconds. That's the most important part of the video. And so getting that right can be the difference between a really profitable scaling ad and a mediocre ad. Same thing with static ads. What we want to do is have 3 different images per ad with a new visual with the same headline, or the same visual with a new headline to test different angles. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we're gonna go sales campaign, manual. We have our advanced campaign budget. We have our ad sets. This is what your campaign is gonna look like when you're testing. Each of these ad sets has one ad in it that's flexible. It has multiple assets within it, giving Facebook the most freedom to use its AI and test those ads really quickly for you. The ones that are getting the most spend, we're gonna leave on. Ones that aren't getting very much spend, we're gonna turn off. Facebook's going to automatically optimize that budget to get us the most results. So the best ads are going to get the most budget, and we can learn from those ads faster because we can see that they are performing the best and try to emulate what made those ads work really well, what angle did they use, what copy, etc., to double down and try to test new ads that are going to scale us further. So ad set level, website, we're going to optimize for purchases always. What we're going to do is advantage plus audience. We're going to switch to the original audience options, and then we are going to do our country, ideally 1 country per campaign. And then we're going to have our age range and our gender. We're going to leave this fairly open and broad. You can add in an interest, and you can also test broad targeting as well. The more data you have, the more you want to lean on broad. This is what our ad actually looks like at the ad level. So it's just one ad, and what we're using is the flexible format right here, and we're using this structure. So when we look down at this ad set level, we have our 3 media, which all have different headlines, but the exact same creative overall. So again, a very fast way to test different static ads. Taking that exact same visual, all you're doing is changing the headline to try to make the call out a little bit different based on different angles. And then we're adding in 2 primary texts that we got from ChatGPT, 2 headlines, and that gives us 12 total variations for ad set to test. And from there, we can pull out what is the top ad that is performing the best within this campaign, learn from that, double down, try to test new ads based on that winner. So this is what the ads look like. And as you can see, we're changing the headlines. And this is an example of where we have the same headline of the winner, but we're changing the visual to try different visuals to hook our audience better and get better results. And again, once we have tested with statics, we're then going to be taking those angles and ideas and copywriting and trying that out with a video ad script and trying video out for our brand. And lastly, how do you scale? Once you have winning ads within your actual first campaign of your manual sales campaign where you're testing, then once you have a solid base of winning ads, then you can create an advantage campaign shopping budget. Then you can create an advantage plus shopping campaign where it's going to automatically pull in your top winning ads, and you can actually upload in a custom limit on how much percentage of budget you want to put towards new acquisition or to existing customers. So we have our campaign budget, and this is where you can really put a large campaign budget and try to scale this up or down depending on the results. It's going to use your existing ads so it keeps the comments and engagements, and you're going to have, from anywhere from 2 to 6 ads in here at any given time that are all winning ads that all have really good engagement, have all been proven to work, and that's what you're going to scale all the way to purchase. And you want to keep 10% or less on existing customers. So this campaign is going after new acquisition, and you can scale it really efficiently. So as you're testing new ads in your testing campaign, then you can take those winners, pull them into here if they are showing really strong results, and scale it up. So those are the 7 things that I wish I knew when I was getting into Facebook ads, and these are going to make you a Facebook ad god. This is the exact strategy that we're using on a daily basis, and it's going to make you better than 99% of advertisers out there if you really follow these steps and commit to this testing process and scaling process. Again, it all comes down to the ads, so really focus on creating better ads and putting in more time to creating better research and producing the best ads possible that are going to resonate with your customers, going to stand out, and not going to look like an ad, but are going to really resonate and feel organic and authentic. Now, if you did have any questions, leave them below. I get back to everybody personally. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about how to run Facebook ads as well as Google ads a lot better and scale further. And if you're looking to level up your ad game further, I recommend checking out this video next.